Linux Mint versus Pop! OS. Which one should you choose in 2026? First, the introduction. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're thinking about switching to Linux or trying a new distribution, two of the most popular options right now are Linux Mint and Pop! OS. Both are based on Ubuntu, which means they share a huge software library, excellent hardware compatibility, and rock-solid foundations. But they feel very different in daily use. Today, we'll break down their strengths, weaknesses, who each one is best for, and help you decide which one to install. Whether you're a complete beginner, a gamer, a developer, or just someone who wants a reliable daily driver, this comparison should give you a clear picture. Let's dive in. Now let's talk about background and philosophy. Linux Mint has been around for nearly 2 decades and is famous for its user-friendly approach. It uses the Cinnamon desktop environment by default with Mate and XFCE options too, which looks and feels a lot like a classic Windows desktop, complete with a start menu, taskbar, and system tray. The goal? Make Linux approachable for people coming from Windows without a steep learning curve. Pop! OS, developed by System76, a company that sells Linux hardware, is more forward-looking. It recently transitioned to its own Cosmic desktop environment, built from the ground up in Rust. It offers a modern, productivity-focused experience with features like automatic window tiling, better multi-monitor support, and a workflow that stays out of your way. Pop! OS aims to feel polished and efficient for power users while still being accessible. Both are free, open source, and receive long-term support releases.
Now, let's talk about ease of use and beginner friendliness. For absolute beginners, Linux Mint often comes out on top. Its familiar interface means you can jump right in. No need to relearn where everything is. It includes helpful tools like a simple update manager, driver manager, and a software manager that's straightforward. Many users call it the set it and forget it distro because of its stability and conservative approach to changes. Pop! OS is still very beginner-friendly, especially if you like a cleaner, more modern look. However, the new Cosmic desktop might feel different at first. Think elements of GNOME with added tiling and customization. Some recent reports note that Cosmic is still maturing, with occasional bugs like higher memory usage in certain scenarios. It's great once you get used to it, but Mint might require less adjustment up front.
Now, let's talk about performance and hardware support. Linux Mint is lightweight and runs excellently on older or lower spec hardware. It uses fewer resources by default, making it snappy even on machines with 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM. Stability is one of its biggest strengths. Updates are thoroughly tested, and it avoids bleeding-edge components that could cause issues. Pop! OS shines on modern hardware. It often boots faster and feels more responsive for multitasking. The standout feature is its excellent NVIDIA support. Pop! OS offers dedicated ISO images with NVIDIA drivers pre-installed, making it a go-to choice for gamers, content creators, or anyone with hybrid graphics, Intel plus NVIDIA. It also includes a handy recovery partition.
For AMD or Intel-only systems, both work great. But Pop! OS tends to edge out in optimized performance for newer CPUs and GPUs.
Now, let's talk about software, gaming, and customization. Since both are Ubuntu-based, you get access to the same massive repositories, Flatpaks, and app images. Installation is simple via their respective software centers. Gaming. Pop! OS has the advantage out of the box with better driver handling, Steam integration, and tiling that can help with productivity between sessions. Mint works very well too, but may need a bit more manual setup for optimal NVIDIA performance. Customization. Mint's Cinnamon is highly tweakable with applets and themes. Pop! OS's Cosmic offers strong customization too, especially for workflows, and feels more contemporary.
Now, let's talk about updates and stability. Mint prioritizes stability. It sticks with proven components and has a slower but very reliable update cycle. This makes it ideal for users who hate surprises. Pop! OS provides newer kernels and components more quickly, which benefits hardware support and features, but can occasionally introduce minor issues as the cosmic desktop matures.
Now, who should choose which distro? Choose Linux Mint if you're new to Linux or coming from Windows. You want maximum stability and a familiar interface. You have older hardware or prefer a lightweight system. You value a just works experience with minimal tinkering. Choose Pop! OS if you have NVIDIA graphics or modern hardware. You want a modern, productive workflow with tiling and efficiency features. You're into gaming, development, or content creation. You appreciate a company-backed distro with hardware-specific optimizations.
Now, the final thoughts. There's no single best distro. It depends on your needs and hardware. Many people even dual boot or try both in a virtual machine first. Linux Mint remains the gold standard for reliability and ease for millions of users, while Pop! OS pushes the boundaries with innovative design and hardware excellence. If you're unsure, start with Linux Mint Cinnamon for a safe, enjoyable experience. You can always explore Pop! OS later. What do you think? Have you tried either? Drop your experiences in the comments below. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Linux comparisons. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Links to official download pages, related videos, etc.